Hey, everyone. Welcome back. Are you someone who likes to wind down with a drink before bed? Maybe you enjoy having a beer while watching TV or prefer a nightcap of whiskey and water before going to sleep. If so, you are not alone. In fact, recent research shows that 65% of adults between the ages of 20 and 64 report drinking alcohol within 1 hour of going to bed. But what if we told you that this habit could be messing with your sleep quality and potentially causing you to snore louder or even stop breathing when you sleep? Keep watching to find out how alcohol affects your sleep. And make sure to share this with your friends if you think it will help them too. If you didn't know already, there are two main types of sleep: REM and non-REM. You cycle through these sleep stages multiple times per night. Non-REM sleep is further broken up into stages 1 through 3, with stage 3 being the deepest part of this type of sleep. This is when your muscles are completely relaxed and your brain is still able to repair and restore itself. The second type of sleep, REM, is when your brain becomes more active again, and your eyes start to move quickly from side to side under your eyelids. It is during this stage that you are most likely to dream. Alcohol consumption can disrupt both of these sleep cycles, but does so in different ways. One way that alcohol disrupts your sleep is by blocking the effects of adenosine, which is a neurotransmitter that promotes sleepiness. Adenosine builds up throughout the day as you stay awake, so by the time you go to bed, your levels are naturally high, signaling to your brain that it's time to sleep. However, alcohol blocks the effects of adenosine, making it harder to fall asleep. Even though you may fall asleep more easily after consuming alcohol, this is only the beginning of your problems. As the night goes on, the alcohol is metabolized out of your system, and the adenosine that was blocked earlier begins to take effect. This sudden surge of adenosine causes you to enter the deepest part of non-REM sleep, stage 3. Normally, you would spend the majority of the night in non-REM sleep, but alcohol consumption shifts your sleep cycle so that you end up spending much of the night in REM sleep instead. As a result, you wake up more often and don't get the restful sleep that you need. In fact, some studies suggest that people who drink alcohol fall asleep more quickly but wake up more frequently once they reach REM sleep. Not only that, but the quality of your REM sleep is reduced as well. Alcohol consumption increases the amount of time spent in REM sleep, but the brain doesn't get the restful sleep it needs during this stage either. What's worse is that alcohol consumption also decreases the amount of time spent in deep sleep. Researchers found that light drinkers spend about 20 minutes less time in deep sleep each night than non-drinkers. For moderate drinkers, this number jumps to 55 minutes, and heavy drinkers lose 75 minutes of deep sleep every night. All of this leads to a buildup of sleep inertia, or that groggy feeling that you get when you first wake up. Because of this, many people report feeling less rested after drinking alcohol the night before, even if they slept for the same amount of time as usual. To make matters worse, alcohol consumption can also worsen the symptoms of insomnia, sleep apnea, and other sleep disorders. For example, people with insomnia may find that their sleeplessness continues longer when they drink alcohol. Those with sleep apnea may notice that they stop breathing even more frequently when they consume alcohol, leading to poorer sleep quality. In addition to disrupting your sleep, alcohol can dehydrate the body, which makes you more likely to wake up during the night. When you drink, your kidneys produce more urine, which flushes water out of your body. This means that you're more likely to wake up dehydrated and needing to use the bathroom. On average, people who drink 3 or more alcoholic drinks per night wake up about twice a year to urinate. But those who drink heavily can wake up to use the bathroom up to 10 times per night. Frequent nighttime awakenings can lead to poor sleep quality and excessive daytime sleepiness. So, if you want to improve your sleep, try cutting back on or avoiding alcohol, especially before bedtime. There are a few exceptions to this rule, however. First of all, people over the age of 65 may be able to get away with drinking a small amount of alcohol before bed without experiencing any negative effects on their sleep. This is because the amount of alcohol in the body is reduced as we age. In addition, older adults tend to have less disrupted sleep, so they are less likely to be affected by alcohol-related sleep disturbances. That said, It's important to note that drinking before bed can increase the risk of falls in older adults, so it may be best to err on the side of caution and avoid it altogether. The other exception is for people who have trouble falling asleep. In this case, having a drink before bed may help you relax and fall asleep more quickly. Just be aware that this will come at the cost of poorer sleep quality later in the night. As mentioned earlier, alcohol consumption increases the amount of time spent in REM sleep. While this isn't necessarily a bad thing, it can cause problems if you're trying to recall a dream or remember something that happened during the night. According to a study published in the journal Dreaming, dreams recalled upon waking were associated with REM latency, meaning that dreams are more easily remembered when they occur closer to when you wake up. In other words, if you drink alcohol before bed, you are more likely to forget your dreams. On the other hand, you may have the opposite problem if you wake up in the middle of the night and can't fall back asleep. According to a study published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine, people who drank alcohol before bed were more likely to report experiencing a fragmented night of sleep. Specifically, they were more likely to report waking up frequently and difficulty falling back asleep. This is likely due to the fact that alcohol consumption increases the amount of time spent in REM sleep. As we discussed earlier, REM sleep is when your brain is more active and you are most likely to dream. Therefore, if you wake up in the middle of the night while in REM sleep, you are more likely to be unable to fall back asleep because your brain is more active than it would be if you were in a deeper stage of sleep. Lastly, alcohol consumption can make you more likely to snore and stop breathing when you sleep. According to a study published in the journal Sleep, heavy drinkers were more likely to snore loudly and experience pauses in their breathing when they sleep. These breathing disruptions can lead to poor sleep quality and daytime sleepiness. So, if you want to improve your sleep and reduce your snoring, consider cutting back on alcohol consumption. So, it turns out that drinking alcohol before bed is not as relaxing as it may seem. Not only can it disrupt your sleep, but it can also cause you to snore louder and even stop breathing when you sleep. If you want to improve your sleep, cut back on or avoid drinking close to bedtime. Of course, everyone is different, and some people may be able to drink small amounts of alcohol before bed without experiencing any negative effects. But if you're concerned about the quality of your sleep, it may be worth cutting back or avoiding alcohol altogether. Do you think this video helped shed some light on how alcohol consumption can affect your sleep? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to like and share this video if you think it will help someone else too. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more content like this. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.